G'day guys, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. This is part 2 of our United Kingdom series, campaign, scenario, whatever we're doing. And we're still preparing. So last time we sort of started the game and spent a bit of time dicking around. Now, every time we do a series, we'll probably cut that bit short about the beginning, and I'll just do all that before I start playing, and you guys can just ignore it and it will never happen. Just to speed things up a bit. Hopefully by the end of this episode, we'll be ready to go to war. So we're just going to try and leave it on 4 speed for this half an hour, and we should be ready to go to war by the end of it. If not, well, France might start the war now and we'll be really screwed. Anyway, that's all fine. We have 3 military factories. All of our planes were just finished, so we can start building hurricanes. Actually, I need to slow it down, because we need to start building the damn hurricanes. So we'll put them in the production queue. We really want 5 factories at least working on this. And our numbers are going to be so low because we've got a production cap of 30% at the moment, which is horrible. Yeah, so we've got to start building them. I mean, we're building 9 a year at the moment. And we need 1,000 of them at least. At least 1,000. I think the Germans have about 2,000 dive bombers. I'm not sure how many Bf-109 fighters they've got, but I know we need a lot of bloody aircraft to deal with it. So I'm putting anti-air guns in all my armies because I'm trying something different. And the Civil War kicked off as well, so we should keep an eye on this. Now, the yellow is the Republic Spain, and the tan, dark brown-ish colour is the Nationalists. So obviously, Republic is who we are. If the Republic wins, we ally with them, and they'll help France and myself. If the Nationalists win, they become part of the Axis, and they'll go to war with France and myself. So if that happens to poor France, they're going to have a war on 3 sides of them, which will be fun. I don't know if we'd win it. So hopefully the Republic wins. Okay, mechanical computing is done, and that helps with our research time. Now, I could go for the next tier, but it's 2 years ahead of time, and it's just going to take forever. So I'm happy to stop doing this stuff for now. We're going to go back to industry. And we've already done construction speed. Have we done construction speed? No, we need to do construction speed. So 10% construction speed will help us build our infrastructure and factories a lot faster. We're doing Shadow Scheme at the moment. That's going to give us a 20% reduction time in civilian to military factory conversion speed. That's not very useful at the moment. Industrial effort gives us a 50% research boost to one of those industrial researches that we're doing at the moment, such as construction. That'll give us a 50% boost for that. Obviously, an extra research slot is what it is. And Royal Ordnance Factories is 6 additional military factories for free. So really want to get to that because those 6 factories will be pretty useful. And then we'll do some other stuff. The only reason I'd focus on this stuff in the middle to do with reinforce the empire, a lot of it's not very important. However, the development ones are not too bad. So these all give us extra civilian factories in different regions. So we can put some extra civilian factories in Canada, some in Australia, and we can use all those for ourselves. We can also influence China, go to war with Japan, a whole bunch of different things. So if we want to do a certain thing, we can do it. But at the moment, we know Germany is going to be the biggest issue. So that's all good. We'll leave that for now. Back to 4 speed. And what else did we research before? I don't remember. Alright, we still need 300 artillery pieces, which we're catching up slowly. I'm going to stop these guys from exercising because they've leveled up. I've got enough army experience at the moment. There should be some more units being deployed eventually. So all my army equipment is going into supplying these guys. And they can only train as high as their equipment. So obviously these guys have about 60% of their equipment and they're 60% trained. And obviously the guys down here have no equipment, so they're not trained. If you have all the equipment, it still takes time to train though. I'm not sure how long it takes. Does it give you an actual time? Well, it says 14th of February, 1937. 37? That's in a year's time. God. We really need to get some infantry equipment into these guys. That's why the equipment's so important. Okay, Shadow Scheme's done. So let's go to Industrial Effort. We have no choice. We can't exactly skip that. I really want to get to those research slots. that's all talk. My dog is eating something in the background. She's having dinner. You're making a lot of noise, dog. What are you doing? It's not as bad as having the washing machine going. I can't believe you people can hear that. It's down the other end of the house and people complain about it. Alright, factories are getting built though. So, let's do some more. Let's do 4 of them and then we'll throw some civilian factories in. I'll just throw 5 more in. And then that'll give us, what's that, 13 civilian factories plus those bonus ones that I get. I'd like to have about 45 working for me. And there's a couple other ways we can do that and get some more factories working for us. So as we can see now, we better do this first. Well, there's 20 consumer good factories working to do consumer goods out of 43. So we'll look at that in a second. Over here, we're going to do, we can increase our production efficiency 10%, or we can increase our output by 20%. So we'll do that to start with, and then we'll do production efficiency. I mean, 2 of those lines are just going to stay researching all that stuff. And I was going to show how to increase our production, our factories. So yeah, we've got 43 factories, of which 20 are doing consumer goods. If we go into civilian economy, if we went to say partial mobilization, at the moment 30% of our factories are working towards building consumer goods, which it's not really 30%, but it's close enough. If we go to partial mobilization, only 20%, so that'll free up a few of my factories, and total mobilization goes down to 10%. It also gives you bonuses for construction speed and stuff like that. So this is really worth doing when we can actually do them, but they're not unlocked at the moment. What does it have to say? To get partial mobilization, world tension needs to be at 15%. It's actually going back down at the moment. World tension at 5% for early mobilization. I mean, that's not worth it. For 5%, 150 political power is not worth 5%. Partial mobilization would be, and total mobilization you can only do when you're at war. So that's a good way of doing that. Also with your resources, at some point we'll probably start running out of resources, and we can sort of change how much of our resources we export. So at the moment, 50% of our resources are exported to market. If we go to free trade, which is actually worse, 80% go to market, which is very bad. It's never worth doing that. The only thing it changes is it gives you an extra 5% factory output, 5% construction speed, and 5% research time, but it's not worth it. And we have King George VI. Awesome. So that one, the best thing you can do is limited or closed, but only fascists and communists can do closed economy. So there's nothing I can do there, and then we'll start focusing on other stuff once we finish up doing this civilian economy and stuff. And I need world tension to rise. So I have enough political power to do that now, but I need world tension to go up. Okay, there's a couple other things we can do. We can do war industrialist. So that helps with our military construction speed for our military factories. An extra 10% construction speed. There's more for civilian to military factory conversion. I don't care about that. A bit of extra political power is not a bad one. And yeah, I'm actually just going to go with the construction speed just to get them finished quicker. And industrial effort is done in our national ideas. So we're going to go the extra research slot. There we go. It's a good thing that we hit that 5% and then it went back down. So that was perfect timing. Otherwise, we'd be wasting our time researching shit that I don't really need. All right. Some more infantry divisions are being deployed as well. We just need equipment for all these guys. Oh, our equipment is so low. I'm just going to get another... The next 5 factories are going to work on that. I mean, you're only making 2 support equipment per day. We are going to be so low on equipment. Anyway. This is all fine. We're low on manpower. We're down to 70,000. So I spent... I think I was at 100 odd thousand. I spent 25,000. I mean, each time one of these infantry divisions gets deployed, that's 6,000. No, it's 9... It's 9,000 manpower. Oh yeah, because we've got the artillery attached now. Yeah, so it's 9,000 manpower each time. So that's all right. We need all those troops. My navy I'll still worry about in a minute. And how's research going? This is all fine. I don't know if I need those long-range fighters. They might be useful. Okay, how are we looking here? So good. That's so fine. Those extra 6 military factories would be very useful. Some more units, and that's okay. Alright, so we'll start training these guys. We'll just put them into a group. Start exercising them. Just I want to get another 10 military experience so I can start throwing the anti-air guns in. And the dog's eating again. That's very annoying. Hopefully you guys can't hear that. Okay, anyway. Let's have a look. How many fighters have we got? We have 600 fighters, of which 624 are the gladiators. We only have 20 hurricanes at the moment. And we're making 2 per week. Alright. Sorry, I keep telling my dogs not to eat. It's annoying me. And it's probably annoying you guys if you can hear it. Go outside, dog. Alright. It's all good. Probably just up the speed to max speed. So max speed literally runs the game as fast as your computer can run it. Which is a day every couple of seconds. Alright, and as soon as I get a pop-up, we just slow it back down. Alright. So research is done. Now, is there anything else we really need to focus on? We can do a land doctrine, which will help our units. It depends which one we choose. So, mass assault doctrine is perfect. Weapons are overrated. A large number is good enough. So that's just throwing bodies at the problem. It's not a bad idea. Grand plan doctrine. Extensive planning and preparation is key. That's not a bad one either. It seems to help with breakthrough and stuff like that. Which, I mean, eventually we're going to have to break through the lines. Superior firepower focuses on throwing shells at the enemy and not men. Which would help us because we have a lot of artillery. But I'm kind of leaning towards this one a bit. And mobile warfare is good for mechanized, obviously. Which we are definitely not doing. Okay, the extra research slot's done. So we need to think quickly. Max planning. I mean, planning organization is a huge thing. It helps with breakthrough. Okay. Or we go with artillery, which gives us better attack against infantry. It's already started us on this one, so maybe this is what it recommends. So I'm going to do that. And then... Okay. We've still got 2 doing civic stuff. One's doing a doctrine, and the other 2 are just going to focus on military. So we'll go back to our infantry. And we'll give them support level 2 weapons. Which, again, just helps with defense, an extra 5%. That's good. No national idea. Let's do Royal Ordnance Factories. These all take 70 days. It doesn't matter how far you are ahead of time or anything. You just research whatever you want. Alright, manpower is still low. That's okay. Let's crank up the speed again. These guys are exercising. I probably need some more guys exercising. I don't want to get these guys to exercise again because I don't have the equipment to do it. Wow, we are so low. I really need to up my production efficiency, which we are trying to do with this research. Alright, construction's done. Let's do that straight away. So we've got the 50% booster on this. However, I'm going to put it towards synthetic oil. It's going to take a lot longer. It's 140 days to do synthetic oil. And that's with the booster. So otherwise it would probably take about a year. Now, synthetic oil experiments basically give you synthetic oil plants. You can build 1 in each sort of region, and that gives you 7 oil and I think 3 rubber. Now, playing as Britain, we probably have plenty of rubber. We do. We have 517 rubber. That's fine. Oil, at the moment we've got a surplus of 17, but we're not building anything. If we start building fighters, it's going to really chew through all of that oil. The Hindenburg incident. Okay, the Hindenburg had actually survived this time. It didn't actually burn down. So all these world news events change. It's not always the same thing. Royal Ordnance Factories are done. Let's slow it down. Slow it down, slow it down. So that's given us 6 free military factories, of which some have already gone into building the Spitfires. The rest we're going to use to build infantry equipment. So we're going to start another factory on infantry equipment. And just put the next... we've got 3, so the next 2 can do it as well. Concentrated industry is done, so that helps the factory output, which is great. Let's keep going with that. So we can do production efficiency, an extra 10%. Good stuff. National ideas. Now, what else do we want to go with? I'm going to go down Home Defense, issue gas masks, which helps national unity, and then Military Training Act. Military Training Act removes national spirit, which I'll show you guys what that does. All right. Now, at the moment, with our manpower, we have a minus 25% due to the War to End All Wars, which was that national event that we're researching to remove. So if we remove that, we get that extra 25% of manpower back, but it's at 25% of the volunteer force, which is 1.5% of our total population. So it's not much that will come back, but it's still something. And then when we change our recruitment policy, it'll give us a lot more. So the best we can go for now is limited conscription, which is 2.5% of our population. We're actually going to do that now. Okay, and that gives me an additional 300,000 troops to recruit from. When we get rid of that 25% reduction, that's going to give us 25% of 300,000, which is what, like 75,000 troops? So that's an extra 75,000 troops, which is an extra, probably give us an extra 8 or 9 divisions, depending on what we're training. So that's pretty useful. It all adds up, especially when we're playing with such low numbers. Anyway, that's the most manpower we can get until we go to war. We can't change any more of that until we go to war, because the rest don't unlock until you have the requirements. All right, so that's all done. Export focus, I'm not really going to worry about that one. I need to unlock partial mobilization, or somehow I need to unlock one of these. I need world tension to go up. Why is no one attacking? Eventually, the Germans will attack. So they should attack Poland eventually. Amelia Earhart disappears. Sometimes she survives, sometimes she dies. Oh, well, good for her. They never found her plane, did they? Anyway, we've got more infantry divisions. We'll put them together and get them all exercising. There we go. So some are ready. We're at 6 army experience. We'll keep exercising. We're only making 0.02 at the moment. That's pretty bad. All right. We're so low on weaponry. All right. Even though we're low on weaponry, we're going to start training mountain divisions. All right, we can only do 8 at a time. There we go. They went up to 10. Okay. So we'll start training those as well. If we can get ahead on our weapons and have more weapons ready, which we are actually ahead. You can see that bar there is higher than the training bar. So we're slightly ahead. We're starting to catch up. Free civilian factories. No, we don't want that. Start building me weapon plants. Alright. And we'll build some synthetic refineries as well. Okay. It's all good. How's research going? That's all fine. It's a big thing of hurry up and wait at the moment. So everyone's exercising. And how's... Oh, I need to deploy my navy. I mean, the naval deployments just throw the ships into the regions. We have 700 fighters in reserve, of which only 90 are Hurricanes. I think I've got about 2 or 3 years before the war starts. Home defense is done as a national idea. So as to... I can't do gas masks until the 31st of December 1937. So 6 months I can't do that. Okay, we might do BSA Company, which gains national spirit. Birmingham Small Arms Company, which grants infantry equipment production costs of minus 10%. Production cost for infantry equipment. I have no idea how that's going to work. But let's do it. Production, does that... I'm guessing it's going to be an efficiency thing. It'll make them more efficient. Not really sure. Anyway, looks like infantry equipment's going to be finished soon. Synthetic oil will be finished soon. Alright, at the moment we're at break even on our research. Good. It's all good. Also, Should we Twitch stream this? Would it be better? And then you guys can just watch the entire video at once or whenever you want to watch it in pieces. I don't know, can you do YouTube and Twitch at the same time? I know YouTube posts the video on YouTube after you're finished. Twitch just archives it for 30 days and then it gets deleted. Improved infantry equipment is done. Good stuff. So we'll keep focusing on our infantry. We're going to give them weapons level 2. Now, it's going to take 445 days to do it. Might as well get started on it. And synthetic oil labs are done. So I'm going to go with construction 2. Eventually we'll start building tanks and stuff like that. It's just at the moment I need infantry more than tanks. Because literally I can't supply all my infantry that I need to at the moment. There's no point trying to build tanks and supplying all that. Tanks take forever to build. And you'd need probably, if you had say 20 divisions of tanks, you'd probably need 60 factories. Because you're going to lose them in combat and they're going to need to be resupplied. And you'd be, I mean, we're only making 3 hurricanes a week, which is better than 9 per year. It's getting there slowly. Need 8,000 weapons to reinforce. And okay, so we can see in the bars here, reinforcements are pretty much got all the weapons they need. I mean, we're exercising units, so that's why we still need more. But we only need 700 weapons to reinforce everybody. So that's more than acceptable. As long as it's above 90%, I'm happy. And upgrades means that they've all got the latest weapons, which is close enough. Japan has declared war on China. So that just sent world tension through the roof. It's at 21%, which means we can start focusing on those ideas once this one's done. There's no point just letting it go 3/4 of the way and stopping. Might as well just let it finish. Okay. And have we started training the mountain divisions? We have as well. That's awesome. Let's look at the mountain divisions as well. All right, yeah, so they need artillery. They probably need some extra regiments as well. So we'll keep training our units and exercising them. I'll organize my armies as well later on. For now, we'll just keep exercising them. Just need to get to 10 and then I can add... I was going to add anti-air to my infantry. I won't add anti-air to the mountain divisions. I'll just put them in the infantry divisions. Okay. So the civilian factories are building at the moment. And that national idea is finished. So now we can do... Oh, what was waiting? Something was waiting for... Oh, this one. General rearmament was waiting for world tension. Was that the only thing that was waiting for world tension? What is this going to give us? Consumer good factories down by 5%. Awesome. So that's going to reduce and allow more factories to be available. At the moment, 25 factories are doing consumer goods. It just keeps going up. Like, I build all these civilian factories and they just go into building consumer goods. It's such a waste. Anyway, production efficiency is done, so it's an extra 10%. Again, we'll do factory output. And we can see here that the little bar is going to fill up and we can get to 45% efficiency. So as that goes up, obviously they get more efficient and they can build more per day. Awesome. We've got 34 military factories working for us at the moment. I'm not really going to build those heavy fighters just yet. There's no point building air transports because I don't think we're going to get superiority over France. I'm sure I can get it over Britain, but I'm not sure I can get it over there. So then I can't deploy paratroopers if I had them. Alright, army experience is at 9. It's nearly at 10. Okay, free military factories. What do we need more? I need more support equipment. And I'm going to put the next 5 factories into building hurricanes. I'm going to double my output. So that'll turn it into about... I'm hoping that'll get to 4 when this production efficiency maxes out. So hopefully we can do 8 per week. If we look here now, We've got 138 ready to go. I'd like 1,000 at least. And that'll stop them bombing my troops. And then that works in two ways. Obviously, if they're not bombing my troops, I don't have to reinforce my troops, which means it saves me manpower, it saves me weapons, and it also destroys their fighters and bombers, which means later on I can go on the offensive and bomb them a lot easier. Anyway, I have that 10 army experience, so I'm going to change my infantry divisions and add support artillery. Good stuff. And let's have a look now, and alright, we need another 265 pieces of support artillery as anti-air. So that'll get done in time. Okay, we have modify government. That's what we unlocked. We unlocked this, partial mobilization. So do that. That means 10% more of our civilian factories were freed up. And yeah, support weapons. We've got 3 civilian factories at the moment, and we've got 30 working in total. So that was good. All right. So it looks like I've got 31 civilian factories now free. That was worth it. That freed up 8 factories. More research. Okay, we're going to just try and max out our weapons and get the best sort of weapons we can. Again, there's no point researching ahead of time. We could try and build some motorized divisions, or we can build some marines. I think marines are going to be necessary. Grand battle plan is done, so let's move on to the next one. This gives our infantry plus 10 defense and plus 10 organization. If your army runs out of organization, it dies. And it won't attack. It'll just get slaughtered. So army organization's huge. When we start deploying our troops, we can show all that to you guys. Let's group all these guys up and keep training them. At the moment, it looks like we've got... what's that? 35, 36 regiments, divisions in total. General rearmament is done, and that would have brought down the civilian factories even further. It did. That freed up another 4. No, wait, 5. Awesome. Freed up another 5 civilian factories. I think we actually built one. So, that's great. We might be able to get that up to 45, which means we'd be able to build the maximum amount of factories before the war starts, and then we can start converting the civilian ones to military ones, and we'd have a bloody lot of military equipment coming in. Alright, next thing we want to go with is... I could do this for more civilian factories, or I can focus on my army a bit. I'm going to focus on my army a bit. And we're going to go with motorized army, which will unlock the use of motorized infantry divisions. Alright, manpower's getting low, but it's at 170,000, which is considered low. It gives you that warning so you can save your political power and change your recruitment, which we've already got our maximum one at the moment. Okay. Limited exports. I can't change that until we're at war. Okay. And we can't do anything more than partial mobilization until, I'm guessing, war. Yeah. Has more than 40% of United Kingdom's total number of factories. And, an enemy country has more than 40%. Really? Germany doesn't have more than that? Well, when are they considered an enemy country as well? I don't know. I think we just need to be at war. Alright, how are we going for time? Shit, we've been another half an hour. We haven't started war yet. Oh well. We've been doing stuff. It's not like we've been sitting still doing nothing. This takes a long time to do anything. It's part of the game though, and it's part of the fun. I mean, I've been having fun. You guys are probably bored shitless because there's no action. But it's a strategy game, guys. Maybe next time when we do this, we can just go from when the war starts onwards. If you guys want to see that. Alright, and Germany violated the Versailles Treaty, which means they just took Austria. So they just took it over without a war, without anything. It doesn't hurt world tensions, I don't believe. Japan fighting China is going to hurt world tensions. If we go over here. Looks like Japan has invaded in 2 places, or China's just kicking their ass. One or the other. It's alright. If China kills Japan, I'll be pretty happy, because that hurts the Axis, and Japan then won't be able to send troops over. Motorized army is done. So next national idea is going to be Royal Tank Regiment. And that gives us a 50% research bonus for armor technology. So that'll help us research tanks a lot quicker. Now, that's all done. We're just going to leave it on max speed for a second. Try and get through some shit. Construction was done. Now, we're getting a bit too far ahead of time on all of this stuff. Okay, we might have a look over here. We'll do research time minus 3%. Alright. All of our factories are working. We better queue up some more factories to get built. I'm going to start building some synthetic refineries, so just one at a time. And then we'll do some more military factories, like so. Another synthetic one. Some more military. I'm also putting them at the back here so they don't get bombed. You put them down in southern England and I can't get S priority, or they just send strategic bombers. We could just lose everything. Alright, so that'll keep all of our factories busy for a while. Okay, still on 5 speed. Still good. Okay, now what else do we need? Still need some more anti-air. Concentrated industry's done. Yeah, this is too far. No, well, it's not really too far ahead of time. 15% production efficiency, go for that. And the national idea is done. Okay, we're going too fast. There's too much shit popping up. I've still got military factories I need to be assigning and stuff. Next, we're going to do issue gas masks. So that helps our national unity. I just want to get down to Military Training Act. All right. And free military factories. Wow, we've actually caught up on our weaponry. All of our units have weapons. So now we start stockpiling. When we go to war, we're going to get a ton of manpower. And we're going to just try and train as much as we can, as quick as we can. We also need to supply them with artillery and stuff. So we'll just assign 5 more factories when we get them to infantry equipment. Another one to towed artillery and another one to anti-air. I still need to, at some stage, all these guys are done, so you can all stop exercising. I've got 20 mountain divisions ready to go. So they can start exercising, and we'll just move them away. We'll just move them over here. I still need to give these guys artillery and extra regiments, which we might just start by giving them an extra regiment. Edit. Mountaineers. Save. So that's 5 army experience. Good stuff. And we need those 20 plus 10 standard infantry divisions are going to hold the Italian border. I want probably 15 and 15 holding the French border. And then whatever's left, or maybe not. Maybe, I don't know. I have to have a think about that. Now, anyway, infantry equipment's done. So we can go with level 2 Mountaineers. So extra soft attack and extra organization. Modify government. What do we need to modify? Civilian economy, no. Can't do that. We need to have that manpower stockpiled as well. So when we go to war, we can just click extensive corruption and that'll bring an extra 2.5% of my population out. You don't want to just go through slowly and just keep increasing it slowly. So maybe we're better just to jump to recruitable population, just give us 10% straight away. But then that hurts our factory output, it hurts our construction speed and training time. So that only hurts our training time. It doesn't hurt our construction speed. Pros and cons to doing everything. Anyway, now we're going to focus on, what are we going to focus on? Tank designer. So that helps armor research time. Maybe, or we can just focus on getting some military staff. I think military staff's a good idea. Now we can go division attack 10%, division defense 10%, or division speed. Since we're going to go on the defensive, we're going to go division defense. It's all done. And you know what? We're probably going to end it here. So that's the end of part 2. We're still preparing, and it's probably dragging on. You guys are probably over it. We'll just see. Looks like Republic's going to win down here, so that's a really good ally for us. Last time I played this, the fascists win, so it sort of seems like it just switches between each time. But it's alright, we get another good ally. And yeah, that's all for today, guys. So thank you for watching this part. As always, throw your suggestions in. I haven't put the first part up yet, so I don't really know if you guys had any suggestions. But I'm going to keep playing this tonight and probably get to another part, and then we'll go from there. So I'll catch you guys in the next video.